Ready to dive deep into trading psychology.
Let's do it.
All right, so we're tackling Mark Douglas's Trading in the Zone. We've gotten a lot of questions about this one.
Yeah, it's a classic.
For good reason, I
What?
think. It really gets into the headspace you need to be successful as a trader.
Mm-hmm. It's more about mindset than picking the right stock or timing the market perfectly.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly. It's about understanding your own psychology and how that affects your decisions.
Because we all have those emotional triggers, right?
Oh, yeah?
Like fear and greed.
Oh, big time. Especially greed, I think. When you see the market going up and up, you just want to jump in and ride that wave.
Totally. But
Yeah.
that's when you can get into trouble. Douglas talks about how those emotions can really mess you up, even if you have a solid trading strategy.
So how do you control those emotions then? Is it even possible?
It's not about controlling them, really. It's more about understanding them, accepting that they're there, and then learning to work with them.
Hmm. Okay, that makes sense, but easier said than done, I'm sure.
Definitely. But Douglas provides some really practical tools for managing those emotions. One of the key concepts he talks about is probability.
Probability. How does that relate to trading?
So instead of trying to predict the market, which is impossible, he
Right.
says you should think about trading in terms of edges.
Edges.
Yeah, like having a slightly higher probability of winning than losing on any given trade.
So it's not about being right all the time.
No, not at all. In fact, Douglas says you should expect to lose some trades.
Really?
Yeah, it's just part of the game. But if you have an edge and you manage your risk properly,
Mm-hmm.
those losses will be small and your wins will be bigger. Over time, that's how you make money.
Okay, so it's about having a system, a strategy that gives you an advantage even if you don't win every trade.
Exactly. It's kind of like flipping a coin, right?
Right.
You can't predict whether it's going to land on heads or tails on any single flip, but you know that over a large number of flips, it'll be pretty close to 50-50.
Okay, I'm starting to see the connection here. So how do you find that edge in trading?
Well, that's where things like technical analysis and fundamental analysis come in.
Right.
You use those tools to identify patterns and trends that give you a slightly higher probability of being right.
So it's not just about gut feeling.
No, not at
Yeah.
all. You need a solid methodology, a system that you've back-tested and that you trust.
Got it. So we've talked about emotions, probability, and edges. What else does Douglas say is important for successful trading?
Well, one of the most important things, and maybe the hardest, is risk management.
Risk management.
Yeah, he emphasizes the importance of only risking a small percentage of your capital on any given trade.
So like setting stop loss orders.
Exactly. Stop loss orders are your safety net. They automatically sell your position if the trade moves against you, preventing those small losses from turning into big ones.
Okay, that makes sense. But I know a lot of traders, myself included sometimes, struggle with sticking to those stop loss orders.
Yeah, I get that. It can be tempting to move them around or ignore them altogether, especially when you have a strong feeling about a trade.
Yeah, or when you're like down on a trade and you're hoping it'll come back.
Right. But that's emotional trading, and it's a recipe for disaster.
So discipline is key here.
Absolutely. You got to stick to your plan, even when it's tough.
Easier said than done, again. But I guess that's where the in the zone part comes in, right?
Yeah, Douglas talks about getting into that mental state where you're calm, focused, and disciplined.
Like an athlete in the flow state.
Exactly. You're not letting your emotions dictate your actions. You're just executing your plan with confidence and precision.
So how do you get into that zone then?
It takes practice for sure, but Douglas outlines 5 fundamental truths about trading that can help you develop that winning mindset.
5 truths.
hmm First one is, anything can happen. He means that the market is inherently unpredictable.
Right.
So you got to be prepared for anything. The second truth is, you don't need to know what's going to happen next to make money. This goes back to the probability idea, right?
Having an edge.
Exactly. The third truth is that there's a random distribution between wins and losses. You're going to have winning streaks and losing streaks, but it doesn't mean your system is broken.
So don't get too high or too low based on short-term results.
Exactly. Stay focused on the long game. The fourth truth is that an edge is just a higher probability of one thing happening over another. It's not a guarantee.
Right.
And the fifth and final truth is that every moment in the market is unique.
Unique, huh?
Yeah, meaning that what worked in the past might not work now. You got to be constantly adapting and learning from your experiences.
So it's all about being flexible and adjusting to the ever-changing market conditions. Okay, so we've covered a lot of ground here. Emotions, probability, risk management, the 5 fundamental truths. Anything else we should touch on?
I think the last piece is confidence.
Confidence.
Yeah, Douglas says that true confidence comes not from predicting the market, but from trusting your process and understanding your edge.
So it's not about being arrogant or thinking you're always right.
No, it's about having a quiet, inner knowing that you've done your homework, you have a solid plan, and you're sticking to it.
So it's like a pilot who's confident in their skills and their aircraft, even though they know there's always a chance of uh, turbulence or unexpected events.
Exactly. They trust their training, their instruments, and their ability to handle whatever comes their way.
That's a great analogy. So in this deep dive, we've learned that mastering the market is more about mastering yourself. It's about psychology, discipline, and embracing the probabilistic nature of trading.
Absolutely.
Now, here's a thought for you to consider.
If every moment in the market is truly unique, as Douglas says, how can you approach each trading decision with a fresh perspective, free from the baggage of past wins or losses?
That's a great question to ponder. Keep exploring these concepts from Trading in the Zone and see how they can transform your trading journey. Until next time.
See ya.